Hello guys and welcome back to our YouTube channel. So in today's video we're going to be going through the biggest myths we hear about living in Australia, and we're just basically going to be reacting to them and expressing our opinions on what we think about the myths.
Yeah, there's a lot of like misconceptions, isn't there, about like what Australia's like as a place and like the people and everything like that. So we've been living here like 2 years now, so we've got a good idea of what it's like.
Okay, so I think we go in with the most common thing that everyone hears about Australia is the snakes and spiders. Are there snakes and spiders everywhere? Should you be scared? Should you be checking? So what do you think?
I think no. Most of the time, no. There's such a big thing with Australia having a reputation for big snakes and spiders. I've lived here 2 years nearly, and I've seen one huntsman, I think, and it was on like a bridge outside.
And that was in Queensland.
In Queensland. I've seen like one big snake.
That was on a farm, by the way. That was on a farm in Queensland, wasn't it?
We've seen a couple of redbacks, but even then we've only seen them like twice.
That was in the outback, actually.
And that was in the outback.
My opinion is, if you go looking for them, then you're probably going to find them. But if you live in a city, which most people on a working holiday visa will be living in a city, you're not going to see many at all. Unless you're next to a forest or...
literally. Overall, for snakes and spiders...
Don't be scared, honestly.
I know there's people who I've literally spoken to say they would never come near Australia because they're too scared about the snakes and the spiders. Listen, I'm not even going to lie, I'm terrified of snakes.
Scared,
and spiders as well. But like, that's not going to stop me from coming here. I know people that literally say they wouldn't come to Australia. It's like, grow up, do you know what I mean?
Grow up.
You need to, like, you just got to come here.
It's the cockroaches.
It is the cockroaches and the flies.
They're huge, they're so big.
Australia needs a reputation for cockroaches, I swear, because I've never seen a cockroach in the UK.
No, I haven't ever.
Australians, you'll know about it, especially when it's hot. So the next thing about Australia is that it's always hot. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, so when I first came out here, I came out at the end of June. No, it's July. I came out at the end of July and I got told it was winter, and I landed in Sydney and I came in my shorts because I thought, no, surely not, it's not going to be cold.
Big mistake.
I was so cold. I was freezing. If that's just because I came from a summer in England where we had 40 degrees.
It was the hottest summer in England as well that we've had, and you came straight to Australia in winter.
But you know what? Winter here in Australia, depending on where you are, is cold. I'd definitely say the bottom half of Australia is freezing in winter.
Yeah. I've had 2 winters in Australia, and both of them we've been in the bottom sides. I've been in Sydney, Adelaide, and now Perth in the winter, and every winter has shocked me so much. Remember when you did that half marathon?
Yeah.
We got up.
No, it got to 2 degrees.
I swear down 2 degrees.
It was freezing.
Oh, you Aussies saying it doesn't get to 0 figures.
Yeah,
it does, because I swear it was like so
the winters are cold, and we even had to buy a heater in Perth. We was here in winter, weren't we?
Literally, yeah.
And I was freezing every morning. It does get cold. It gets bloody freezing.
Yeah. If you want to avoid the cold, definitely stay in the north, the Northern Territory, Northern Queensland. You can definitely avoid the cold.
Yeah, winter there is hot.
It's dry season.
Yeah, it's hot. It's the best time to be at the top of Australia.
Overall, no, that is a myth that Australia is always hot.
Yeah.
But it is hot a lot more than England.
Yeah. Sticking on the weather, does it snow in Australia? Now you are going to be shocked because it does.
I didn't know it snowed here before.
Until I seen a girl that I had on TikTok, and she was doing her farm work at a ski resort.
I've heard it's literally just one place. It's the highest mountain in Australia, and like it's the only place that you can ski, and it actually gets some snow.
Yeah, but doesn't the Blue Mountains get snow in Sydney?
Maybe.
Because it's a mountain.
Little frosting.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not too sure about the Blue Mountains, but that place that Luke said.
It's near Canberra, I think. I think Canberra gets pretty cold in the winter.
Yeah.
We haven't seen snow here. Most people.
I don't really want to see snow here. I'm not going to
Australia to see the heat. Most people won't see snow here unless you go to like specific places.
Yeah.
So the next myth is that there's kangaroos everywhere. Like you're going to step off the plane and they're just going to be like jumping past you. But is that true?
No, it's not true.
Could you imagine?
Especially when you're in the city. You don't see hardly any kangaroos when you live in the city, or even in the parks, you're not going to see them. Kangaroos tend to like more away from humans.
You go out to like the hills, out to the forest, like you'll definitely see kangaroos, like they are everywhere out there. Yeah. But if you're in the cities, you won't see a kangaroo. You get an odd video of like a kangaroo bouncing down the main street.
Oh, roadkill's a big thing over here. They treat kangaroos like birds and stuff now. Like they just
like squirrels.
Yeah.
Because there's so many kangaroos.
Yeah.
People eat them here.
Like the angle's changed about 6 million times.
Sorry if the angle's changed. We've had a lot of interruptions. Yeah, the kangaroos, you're not going to see them in the city really, are you?
No. We were when we lived in Queensland, we lived in this place called Bargara, which was like a beachfront town, really small town, and we'd go on this walk, wouldn't we? Yeah. And they'd just hop like big, you know, the big muscular ones, like massive ones.
They'll stand there in the park.
If we got a video, we'll put a video. Yeah.
Oh god. They're actually scary.
Yeah, really big.
You don't know what they're going to do, because like obviously you see videos of the boxing and stuff.
Yeah, but where I used to do park run there just used to be kangaroos everywhere, which was really nice because it makes you feel like you 100%. Are in Australia.
I feel like Australians probably don't appreciate them, but as like a British person, seeing the kangaroos like...
First time that you come out here and you're like, oh 100%, my god.
That's when you're like, oh what?
Remember when you first see the koala?
Yeah, oh my god, it was wild as well.
Yeah.
I spotted it in the tree.
Australians are all laid back and friendly.
I don't know, what do you think?
Okay, so this is... I think it's dependable because I'm not gonna lie, when we went to do our farm work in Queensland, there was some really not very nice people.
Weird characters.
Strange characters. I think you get that everywhere you go, so I'm not gonna, you know, associate all people like that are Australian. The people I work with are really nice. Yeah. They're all Australian.
I think like I think British people definitely have a what's the word? Perception of what Aussies are like online. You see, I swear, like all the funny videos on my phone from back home are just like Aussies just doing stupid shit. You have like a perception of them before you get here.
But I did, because I got told that everyone was really, really welcoming, warm. I think because maybe we've lived in mainly cities, and it's actually not all Australians that live in cities. There's a lot of mixed culture, so it's not just all Australians, so I don't really get that warm vibe when you come to Australia as a newbie.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Especially in Adelaide.
For some reason, I don't know if it's... Apologies if you live in Adelaide. We have bad experiences with people there.
Yeah, they weren't even Australian.
Yeah. I think one thing I will say about Australians is they're definitely... If you see them in the street, they'll smile.
They are easygoing.
They'll say...
I do think they're easy.
You see them out on a walk in the morning, they're going to say hi. In England, it's like head down, might give a little like...
It depends where you're from in England. I'm from a small town. If I go for a walk down the canal, then everyone's saying hello to each other. That's true, yeah. Whereas big cities, everyone's just in their own, let's go to work, do this, do that. Back to my question, it depends where you are in Australia, I think.
I think Aussies are quite laid back.
Yeah.
Rather than like, you think they're like these crazy people online and stuff. You just think they're constantly like, but they're very, very chilled out.
Yeah, I think so too. Some people can be arseholes though.
I think that's everywhere.
But that's everywhere. I think I'm just thinking about bloody Tina on the tomato farm.
So the next myth about Australia is that the whole country is just brown and dry, just a massive desert. To be honest, if you look at a map, it pretty much is.
The middle of it is.
Middle of it definitely is.
I was actually so surprised by it. I actually didn't. This is how little I knew about Australia before coming out. I didn't know that no one lived in the middle of Australia. Do they?
Well, you thought just like Sydney was just in the middle.
I don't know what I thought. I just bloody Uluru was.
Just turned up and hoped for the best. I was actually surprised with how like green Australia was. Like obviously you see the cities and stuff, but other than that, I thought it was literally just desert. But you're driving, there's trees everywhere. Like the forests are sick. Even when we went out to the outback, there was actually a lot of trees around Alice Springs and stuff. I thought it would be just brown, just desert, but it's actually quite a lot of trees.
Yeah, I was shocked at the outback in Alice Springs. Even when I did that YouTube short earlier, and I was like, wow, there was actually a lot of green.
Yeah, I thought it was dead flat as well. It's actually quite a lot. Like it's quite hilly. Yeah. Like, in a lot of places.
Is Australia one of the flattest places?
Basically, Australia's flat, but greener than I thought.
And especially when you go to Cairns and stuff as well, we've got all the parts.
It's like jungle and stuff, Darwin as well, and loads of trees and stuff. Do
drop bears live in Australia?
I don't know.
Honestly.
I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, no, I didn't. When I googled it, I thought that was a real thing.
Oh, it's not even real at all?
No, it's not real. I think they try and say it to foreigners.
What, to scare them off?
Yeah.
Really?
That's my perception
Shit.
of that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know this drop bear thing existed.
Yeah,
Until
no.
I've heard a few people mention it, wondering, what the fuck are we doing? Yeah. Actually gets me every time. So basically, to answer that one, no, they don't exist. The last one is to check the toilet every time where you need to sit down.
I mean, I do that anyway because we live in a shared house.
Yeah,
People pee on the toilet seat.
But I'm talking about snakes, spiders, anything like that. Because I swear that's a myth.
No,
isn't it?
I do when I go to a public toilet. The outdoor toilets, I always check.
What about here?
Not in our toilet, I don't.
Yeah, but I feel like that was a myth. People in
Like
England
they go up your tubes.
Yeah. Like, I remember the first day that I got to Australia, I was paranoid about it. We booked into a hotel and I was just like, I was inspecting.
I feel like I was maybe like that, actually.
I inspected the whole thing, like under the toilet seat, around the back, everything. And then like, you just get lazy, you just can't be bothered every time. You know when you burst into the toilet,
Yeah.
you just don't want to be looking under everything.
The only place I'll do it is outside. Like if I go to Park Run and there's toilets there.
That's understandable.
Especially in Queensland.
I
And the
think-
corners of the room.
Yeah.
Do you know what's funny though? In England, before I'll go to bed, I'll check the corners of the room, under my pillow, everywhere for spiders.
Yeah, true.
I don't do it here. And I don't know why here. But I've seen hardly any spiders.
I know, that is the thing. That's so many times. And you're like, you're going to jinx it. You do not see spiders in Australia. So if you're thinking of moving here, you don't have to check the toilet every time you go. Just
To be fair though, when I was on Bagara's Facebook page, because I like to join the community,
Yeah.
the amount of posts people used to put on because massive snakes would just turn up in their house and stuff.
That would honestly.
Like
if I
snakes.
saw a
There's a
snake
lot
in
of
my
snakes
house-
on them beaches. Houses along the
Yeah.
beaches.
Do you know what I think that I would,
Yeah.
if we saw a snake in our house,
Yeah.
oh my god, could you imagine?
So that's us reacting to Australia's biggest myths.
We didn't cover all of them, but we covered.
I think there's probably a lot more, but then the most common ones, I believe so.
Definitely. And this is just off our experience, obviously.
Yeah,
You
our
could come to
experience.
You obviously could come to Australia and see a spider in your first day, if you're unlucky.
You don't know.
I think we've got lucky in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
And this is our experience. Fair play if you see loads of kangaroos where you live. We don't. Do you know what I mean?
Not anymore. We did used to where we lived. Depends where you live, depends your situation.
Everything depends on
This
situation.
is just... Thank you for watching. It is only 4 weeks until the Asia series, which is exciting.
Yeah. Be a little bit longer because obviously we've got to film a bit.
Yeah, there's still plenty more vlogs to come. Like we're moving into a hostel on Friday. Film that for you as well. Obviously not done a vlog in a long time.
Exactly. Make sure you subscribe. Literally subscribe because we're going to have so many cool videos come in. Obviously now we just did a few talking ones.
Yeah.
But we're excited to do some like real life.
Obviously if you like these educational videos, I mean, are they educational?
I mean, if you listen to us at education, fair enough.
But there's going to be lots of them for Asia as well because we're going to be learning a lot and yeah, we're going to share it all with you. So yeah, if you liked it, please like it, comment, subscribe, and please check out my YouTube channel as well where it's all wellness, health, but yeah, we will see you in the next video.